Like and subscribe on the way, in the door. My people, I hope you all are having a truly, truly fantastic day today. Let's check out this clip.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, growing up, obviously, and I got the jersey tatted on my stomach. Like, MJ was the greatest of all time, in my opinion, up until 2 years ago. And I was with Rayon by far. But the last couple of years, at 33 years old, averaging the triple-double a whole month, walking into the playoffs. I mean, just hit 31,000 points the other day, hit 30,000 points earlier this year, 8,000 rebounds, 8,000 assists.
It's insane, bro. Like,
I mean, how far do we have? Like, what more do we have to keep going as far as whether it's numbers or just ability? Like, at what point do we just say when?
So what you just heard was a clip from about 5 years ago. J.R. Smith, the teammate of LeBron, the teammate who made the colossal mistake in, 2018, I believe, in the finals against the Warriors, where he did not go straight back up with the ball. You know, he obviously just had a meltdown. And in that game, we see LeBron James doing what LeBron James does best and showing that disapproval while not saying anything, being his passive-aggressive self, not rallying the troops because, again, JR's mistake meant overtime. It didn't actually lose them the game. But, you know, just exposing LeBron James' leadership and the lack of it. But here today, we are here to expose the fact that a lot of these players, I really believe, just feel pressure from the LeMedia to call LeBron James the GOAT. They feel pressure. We've seen this time and time again where players who are adamant about Michael Jordan being the GOAT, who are positive that Michael Jordan is the GOAT, who expresses their belief that Michael Jordan is the GOAT with confidence and no hesitation whatsoever about their opinion. And then all of a sudden, we hear them talking like JR. Well, man, you know, I was just thinking, like, how much does LeBron have to do? Like, you know, they're trying to, it's like when they're trying to explain to you why they think LeBron James is the GOAT, it's a whole lot of trying to rationalize the irrational. You know, it just doesn't make sense. You know, and it always ends up in that longevity type conversation. Well, how much does LeBron James have to do? He's already done this and that and that and that. But yeah, this is the typical thing we hear from LeBron James fans. But fanboys, I got something for you. Let me say this. I've said this before. I said LeBron James is an alpha until a real alpha shows up. Well, this goes for the GOAT conversation too. Apparently, LeBron James is the GOAT to some players until the real GOAT shows up. Let's check out this video. Now, mind you, the clip that I played, and let me give a little bit more context to the clip. The clip that I played was from about 5 years ago, and JR was actually responding because the host of the show played JR a clip of Ray Allen saying that Michael Jordan was the GOAT by far. That it's not even close. That Michael Jordan is in a category by himself. So that's what JR was responding to. That, mind you, that clip was about 5 years ago. Now, this video I'm going to play for you was about 3 years ago. Let's check this out.
Hey, yo. Man, listen. I shouldn't even be doing this shit while I'm driving, but I can't help it. I ain't gonna lie. I can't help it. I just played golf with my idol, bruh. Like, this shit ain't even, this shit crazy. Real talk. I just played 36 holes with MJ, man. This shit nuts. That shit was everything. Word up. That shit was everything, man. I can't even, yo. That shit was everything, bro. Play golf with MJ, man? Are you kidding me? Like, yo, that shit was nuts. That shit was nuts. Oh, I can't wait to tell my girl. Oh, shit. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. Word up. I was that bitch playing golf with Mike, man. Like 6, 7 hours, 8 hours. With the greatest of all time, my hero. Like, bro, y'all don't even hear me though. Like, that shit was crazy. It ain't even the fact whether you win, lose, draw, whatever. That shit was amazing, man. That shit was fucking amazing. Yeah, I know he a human like everybody else and all that. Man, fuck all that. Mike is Mike, man. Like, that shit nuts. That shit was nuts. For real.
Fanboys. Sad day for you guys. This is a guy, JR has said that LeBron James was the GOAT on multiple occasions. Multiple occasions. Yet all it took was for him to get to play golf with the real GOAT, for him to be fanboying out over Michael Jordan. You wouldn't even think he ever played with LeBron James. By the way, he's fanboying out over Michael Jordan. You know, he's like, man, I gotta call my girl. And I didn't play the whole video, but I mean, it's more of the same. He talks about how he has to call his brothers and call his parents and let them know that he got to play golf with the GOAT. And seeing this video, to me, is proof that a lot of these players feel pressured by the LeMedia to call LeBron the GOAT or to eventually cave in from what they really believe. They feel that pressure because there's been too many people flip the script, whether you're talking about Iman Shumpert, whether you're talking about Shannon Sharp, even Nick Wright. You know, again, Nick Wright is another one of those people who just kind of flipped on a dime. Colin Cowherd. And then even for the people who won't say LeBron is the GOAT, all of those people have to be a LeBron apologists. They always have to sugarcoat the fact that they don't think LeBron is the GOAT. They always have to say stuff like, well, he may be the best all-around player. Well, he may have the greatest career. Well, LeBron James has done amazing things. He has exceeded expectations because he had so much pressure coming into the league. They always have to sugarcoat instead of just saying, no, LeBron James is not the GOAT. I don't think he's the GOAT. I think whoever's the GOAT. It doesn't even have to be Michael Jordan that you think is the GOAT. If it's Kareem, if it's Bill Russell, Wilt, you know, a number of people who qualify more to be in the GOAT conversation than LeBron James. But yeah, to me, this is just proof that, like I said, a lot of these players feel the need to cave in. And where does that come from? That comes from the multitude of narratives that are pushed out by LeBron James year after year. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about the media, and people in the media knows this. LeBron James knows this. It's kind of like If you ever heard a song on the radio that you can't stand, but they play it so much, you eventually start to like it. And this is kind of how I feel about what the LeMedia is doing and what's happening to some of these players, these former players who switch up like that, and journalists, and media personalities. The media personalities, they're obviously getting paid, and a lot of these people are on LeBron James' payroll. But for the players who are not, who just seem to switch up, I believe what happens is they're in circles where they keep hearing this stuff over and over again. Oh man, you don't think LeBron is the GOAT after 40,000 points? How could you not think that? Oh man, if LeBron James gets to play with his son, surely you have to think he's the GOAT. Man, LeBron James won 4 championships with 3 different teams. Surely you have to think he's the GOAT. Man, LeBron James is bigger, stronger, and faster than every small forward in the history of the game. But the way they talk about it, you would think LeBron James was the biggest, strongest, fastest player that ever played the game. But yeah, LeBron James is bigger, stronger, faster. Surely you must think he's the GOAT. I mean, just all of these narratives that you constantly hear over and over. And fanboys, that's what happened to you guys. You guys have been brainwashed. But yeah, constantly hear it over and over again and then you feel the pressure from the people you're surrounded by, who act like it's something wrong with you that you don't believe LeBron James is the GOAT. And I believe some of these players just eventually start to cave. And they start to question themselves. Like, man, I know what my eyes told me. I know my eyes told me that MJ surely by far is the greatest player, but maybe my eyes were deceiving me. I know MJ is 6-0 in the finals and never allowed a game 7 with 6 finals MVPs and 9 defensive first team and defensive player of the year and steals titles and 10 scoring titles, 200 steals and 100 blocks in the season. I know all of these things, but maybe that was because MJ played in a weaker era. Maybe it was MJ's competition. Maybe that's why he was able to do this. And I believe all these people just start second guessing themselves. So yeah, this won't be a long video, but like I said, I saw that clip of JR, and I actually saw the clip years ago when it first happened, but I wasn't doing YouTube then. And I came across it again. I was like, man, JR is really fanboying out for someone he doesn't think is the GOAT. But that really tells you who JR thinks is the GOAT. I mean, he says it. It doesn't take him 2 seconds into the video before he says, I got to play golf with the greatest of all time. Because that's what he really believes. That's what he believes in his heart. That's what he believes with enthusiasm. Again, when these players, before they switched up to LeBron James, they would talk about Michael Jordan with enthusiasm. But when you're trying to justify why you think LeBron is the GOAT, it's a lot of, I just think that LeBron doesn't get enough credit for what he's accomplished. I mean, surely, right? Right? You believe that, right? It's just a lot of trying to convince themselves of something that they know isn't true. And that's why they have that's why they don't speak confidently about it. That's why they don't speak with enthusiasm about it. Because they don't really believe it. Fanboys, you all have been had, but it's being exposed every day. Shout out to all the people. Sports and Fitness Rants, Too Raw for Sports, MJ Fans Are the Best. The list goes on. Phenomenal Fitness, Dreamers Pro, Uncut Hoops, Scap Attack. Shout out to all the people. Fanboys, you guys are not going to win in this. You are not going to win. But anyway, we are going to hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think of the clip of J.R. Smith fanboying out over MJ after he said on multiple occasions that LeBron has to be the GOAT, right? He just has to be, right? Let me know what you guys think. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.